Welcome back to Paragons, Comet Sun. In our last issue, a mysterious child from the stars survived the deadly crash and was taken in by the Order of the Abyss. Before we continue his journey, let's take a quick look at what happened previously in Paragons, Comet Sun. The story began on a night unlike any other. Above the skies of Comet, a damaged spacecraft fell from the stars. Inside was Lieutenant Dan Califiore, a Tamartian explorer thought lost during a mission beyond known space. But Dane wasn't alone. Protected within the dying vessel was an infant surrounded by a mysterious energy no one could explain. The ship crashed in the northern wilds. Dan Califiore didn't survive, the child did. When the Sentinels arrived, they found only questions. The recovered spacecraft was not the one Dane had launched in. Its trajectory made no sense, its origins remained unknown, and the second life form detected at the crash site had vanished without a trace. Unknown to the authorities, the child had already been taken, recovered by the Order of the Abyss. To the world, the Order were terrorists and monsters, but within their hidden manner, they became the only family the boy would ever know. As years passed, the child grew. He trained beside warriors, assassins, scientists, and revolutionaries. He learned their lessons, shared their dreams, and inherited their cause. The boy they rescued became something extraordinary. A speedster, a weapon, a believer. Now 16 years old, Comet Sun stands at the edge of his future, ready for his first true mission, unaware that the secrets surrounding his arrival on Comet are beginning to awaken, and that the path ahead will place him directly between the Sentinels and the Order of the Abyss. And now, Paragons Comet Sun, Issue 2. Paragons Comet Sun, Issue 2, Page 1. Order of the Abyss. To the world, we are ghosts, terrorists, monsters, but the truth is far different. We are the shadow that keeps the world from consuming itself. Deep within Crestfall, hidden from the eyes of governments and heroes alike, the Order of the Abyss gathered. To some, they were criminals, to others extremists, but to themselves, they were guardians willing to do what no one else would. Our next operation will strike at the heart of their power. We will obtain the files that will expose everything. The details only Ghost and I need to know. Finally, doing something fun. About time. Blow some stuff up, Red. That's what you're good at. Gravehand never cared much for politics. He preferred direct solutions. This is not just about distraction, Dr. Kinzoku says. Intel suggests heavy security, new countermeasure protocols. We can't afford any mistakes. Unlike the others, Dr. Kinzoku saw every mission as a calculation. Every variable mattered. There will be innocents there. We should keep the damage minimal as much as we can. Even among the Order, Giant remained the conscience of the group, a warrior who understood the cost of collateral damage. That's why we are splitting into groups, says Red Star. A decoy team that will include Red Star James, Giant, Dr. Kinzoku. The objective is to create maximum chaos at the presidential parade, draw the Sentinels and authorities away. The first team would become the distraction, the public face of the attack, the storm everyone would see. Then the retrieval team that will include Ghostface, Gravehand, Comet Sun. Their objective would be to infiltrate, secure the files, extract. Only one objective: bring back the prize. While the world watched the battle above, another team would be moving through the shadows. I will remain here, says Ghost Shade. I will receive what you bring back. Ghost Shade could coordinate the operation from the manor, watching, waiting, preparing for whatever came next. Not every mission is given. Some are earned. Maybe today is that day. For Comet-san, this was everything. His first real operation, his first opportunity to prove he belonged. 16 years old, raised by monsters, hoping to become something more. This is a big step, Comet-san. Don't fail us. I won't, he answered without hesitation, without fear, without knowing how much his life was about to change. The mission had been assigned, the pieces were moving, and somewhere in Crestfall, history was already beginning to unfold. Paragons, Comet-san, Page 2, Issue 2. The meeting was over. The teams had been chosen. Tomorrow's operation was set in motion. But before Comet-san would leave, Red Star called him back for one final conversation. This is your first task as part of the order. Go, retrieve the files, come back. That's it. Focus, trust your team. Yes, sir, Comet-san says. No speeches, no promises, no celebrations, just responsibility. For the first time, Comet-san was being trusted with a real mission. Ghost Shade communicates through sign language, and Comet-san responds. Not everyone in the order spoke with words. Ghost Shade had taught Comet-san her language years ago. Now the two could hold an entire conversation in silence. Every move, every step, every breath. Ghost Shade taught him precision, discipline, and awareness. Every hit, every scar, every lesson. Gravehand taught him endurance. Pain was not something to fear, it was something to survive. Every device, every detail, every variable. Dr. Kinzoku taught him to think before acting, to understand every system, every possibility, every weakness, every weapon, every load, every impact. Giant taught him strength, but more importantly, restraint. Every second, every doubt, every dream, and through all those years, Comet-san dreamed of proving himself. Tomorrow, he would stop being a child. The first mission. Alone in his room, the young speedster stared into the mirror. The boy who had once arrived on Tamat as an infant was gone. In his place stood a 16-year-old determined to earn his place among the people he called family. Tomorrow would be his first mission, and he believed it would be the beginning of something far greater. Paragons, Comet-san, Issue 2, Page 3. Laurasia, the largest continent on Tamat, a land of powerful nations, towering cities, and remarkable prosperity. Yet, beneath its shining skyline, darker forces move unseen. In Crestfall, preparations are underway for the Presidential Unity Parade, a celebration meant to symbolize strength, peace, and unity throughout the continent. By sunrise, millions will be watching, unaware that history is about to change. Elsewhere inside the Order of the Abyss Manor, preparations are already complete. Every member knows their role. Giant arms himself with overwhelming firepower. Gravehand tightens the bandages around the scarred fists. Ghost Shade quietly checks the mission equipment, and Comet-san waits, eager for the mission that will define him. Before they leave, Ghost Shade approaches Comet-san with a small communication device. Don't lose this. It's linked to all of us, she says. Comet-san says, got it. The device isn't just a communicator, it's their lifeline. Keep up and don't make me come back for you, Ghost Shade says. I'll try not to be the anchor, he responds. Even in the shadows, there was room for quiet humor. Are you certain he's ready? Red Star says. No, but the world won't wait for him to become ready, Ghost Shade responds. Experience couldn't be rushed. Some lessons could only be learned in the field. I'll meet you at location 5, Gravehand says. Don't die before I get there, Koshid signs. Comet-san says, race you there. With final words exchanged, the retrieval team moved into the night. Every second brought them closer to the operation and closer to the truth they had been sent to steal. Speed is our weapon, shadow is our cover, family is our strength. 3 figures disappear into Crestfall, racing toward a mission they believe will change the future. None of them realize this is the last moment the night will ever know peace. The mission has begun. Paragons, Comet-san, Issue 2, Page 4. While the world celebrated, the shadows moved unseen. Crestfall City, Laurasia. The Unity Parade draws millions into the streets. Fireworks light the sky, cameras focus on celebration. No one notices the true threat watching from above. Perched high over the city, the retrieval team studies its objective one last time. Gravehand points to the target. The Crestfall Archives Division, Level 7, Sub-Basement. Heavily guarded, in and out. Quiet, we are not the main event tonight, he says. The retrieval team wasn't sent to start war. Their job was simple. Steal the files and disappear before anyone knew they were there. Guess the decoy team already started. Focus, Goshade signs. Even from this distance, they could already hear the city changing. Meanwhile, the main team begins its assault. Make some noise, Gravehand says. Keep the cameras busy, Dr. Kinzoku says. Let them remember this day, Red Star says. Within seconds, emergency broadcasts interrupt the parade as panic spreads across Crestfall. Watching through binoculars, Gravehand waits for the exact moment. Security just redirected 6 drones to the parade site. There it is, Gravehand says. The diversion had worked. The archives were now dangerously exposed. Without another word, the retrieval team launches toward the archives. I'll fill you in at location 5, Goshade signs. Race you there, Comet-san says, peers into the darkness. Comet-san explodes forward in a streak of crimson lightning, while Gravehand roars through the streets on his motorcycle. For the first time in his life, Comet-san wasn't watching history. He was running straight into it. For the first time in his life, Comet-san was finally part of the mission. Paragons, Comet-san, Issue 2, Page 5. The explosions come exactly as planned. Across Crestfall, panic replaces celebration. Emergency services scramble to contain the chaos, while every camera in the city turns towards one terrifying sight. The Sentinels have arrived. Leading them is Azure Sentinel, flanked by Rose Sentinel, Crimson Sentinel and Gold Sentinel. Opposing them, Red Star waits with Giant and the decoy team. I expected you eventually, James, Azure Sentinel says. Then you should have prepared better, Red Star responds. 2 old rivals meet once again. Their history stretches back years, and neither man has forgotten the cost of their last encounter. For a brief moment, both sides size each other up. Giant stands ready to unleash raw force. Red Star remains calm at the center. Dr. Kinzoku silently studies the battlefield through her visor. Across them, Rose Sentinel channels arcane energy, while Gold Sentinel prepares to defend the civilians. Neither side intends to retreat. This ends tonight, Azure says. No, Tonight is only just a distraction, Red Star responds. What did you do? Azure asks. Azure immediately senses something is wrong. This attack is too calculated, too organized to be the true objective. Sentinels, move, Azure says. Order of the Abyss, attack, Red Star says. With a single command from its leader, restraint disappears. The streets of Crestfall erupt into open warfare as heroes and villains collide with enough force to shake the city. Tonight is only the beginning. As the first blows are exchanged, neither side realizes the real battle is unfolding somewhere else. While the Sentinels fight to protect the city, the retrieval team closes in on the true objective. Paragons, Comet, Issue 2, page 6. The Order of the Abyss came to sow chaos, and the Sentinels answered the call. Tonight, in the heart of Tamat, the first battle of a new war begins. Leader meets leader as Azure Sentinel and Red Star collide above the streets of Crestfall. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Giant crashes into Crimson Sentinel with overwhelming force. You think you can stop true power? Giant asks. Your strength is nothing without purpose, Crimson Sentinel responds. Every strike sends shockwaves through the surrounding streets. Not far away, Dr. Kinzoku engages Rose Sentinel. Technology is evolution. Adapt, Dr. Kinzoku tells Rose. Or be absolute, Rose Sentinel responds. Science clashes with sorcery as two brilliant minds test one another. Within moments, Crestfall becomes a battlefield. Two armies, one city, no mercy. Buildings shake, streets fracture, civilians flee as the fight spreads throughout the city. The conflict intensifies on every front. Azure Sentinel and Red Star continue their brutal duel, while Giant and Crimson Sentinel tear through the streets. Rose Sentinel and Dr. Kinzoku exchange devastating attacks, each refusing to yield. Azure, I'm with you, Gold Sentinel says. Thank you, sister, he responds. Seeing her brother under pressure, Gold Sentinel joins the fight, turning the tide before it can fully swing in Red Star's favor. Across Tamat, millions watch the battlefield unfold live. News stations interrupt every broadcast as the destruction grows worse with every passing second. Sentinels and the Order of the Abyss clash in a devastating battle. CCN reporter. This world will kneel or it will burn, Red Star threatens. Over my dead body, Red Star, Tamat stands with us, Azure says. Tonight is only the beginning. The battle has only just begun. While the world's attention remains fixed on the Sentinels and the Order of the Abyss, another mission continues unnoticed, one that may determine the future of Tamat itself. Paragons, Comet, Issue 2, page 7. Deep beneath the graceful government institution, the retrieval team reaches the vault. The decoy team's outnumbered. Kid, if Red Star wanted Sato, he wouldn't have brought Giant. You underestimate them. Every second the battle rages above buys the team precious time below. Elsewhere, high above Laurasia, Sentinel Mountain watches over the continent. Within Sentinel headquarters, one Sentinel has been watching the battle unfold from the very beginning. I knew it, Valdan Sentinel says. Valdan Sentinel reviews every report, every movement, every security feed. One detail immediately stands out, an unexplained gap in enemy activity. Earlier, while the Sentinels prepared for the Unity Parade, something about this attack doesn't fit their pattern. Someone has to survive long enough to think. This is our best chance to stop Red Star once and for good. Or maybe Vardan's finally scared of a real fight. No one realizes Vardan's instincts are about to prove him right. Back in the present, Vardan finally contacts Azure Sentinel. Azure, listen carefully. The parade was never the objective. Even as he speaks, Azure is locked in combat, forced to divide his attention between the warning and Red Star's relentless assault. I believe they are targeting infrastructure blueprints of all Laurasia, transport grids, energy systems, defense architecture, everything. And with Dr. Kinzoku, who knows what they could do with that information? The pieces finally begin falling into place. Institution level B2. Take the files, Ghostshade signs. Without hesitation, Comet-san secures the data while Gravehand prepares for the extraction. Ghostshade, Master Assassin, superhuman speed and reflexes, can manifest shadow clones. Gravehand, Master of forbidden martial arts, can manipulate matter through pressure and impact. Comet-san, the youngest member of the Order, possesses super speed and super strength, still searching for his place in his father's legacy. The mission was almost over. Alarm. Intruders detected. Intruders, hands up. For the first time since entering the archives, the element of surprise is gone, and the real fight is about to begin. Paragons Comet-san, Issue 2, Page 8. Institution Level B2. The extraction wasn't as clean as planned, but they got what they came for. Alarm! Stop them! The archives erupt into chaos. Security teams flood the corridor from every direction, determined to prevent the thieves from escaping. Please, don't move. Fear outweighs courage. The young officer knows exactly who stands before him and knows he may not survive the encounter. Ghostshade strikes first. Her shadow clones tear through the security line before they can organize a defense. Move, boy! Gravehand tears through the remaining guards with brutal efficiency, clearing a path toward the exit. Go, Ghostshade signs. Without hesitation, Ghostshade orders Comet-san to run. The mission now matters more than the fight. Comet-san accelerates through the corridors, the stolen archive secured in his hands. Not for what was coming, he believes the hardest part is over. Below him, his city burned. Sentinels clashed with the Order, innocent people paid the price, and he finally understood. From above the city, Comet-san sees the consequences of the operation for the first time. Streets have become battlefields, buildings burn, civilians flee as heroes and villains wage war across Crestfall. The truth crashes into him harder than any punch ever could. This was just a decoy? Everything he believed this mission was had been a lie. The battle raging across the city was never the objective. While the Sentinels fought to save Tamat, the true mission had already succeeded, and for the first time, doubt entered the heart of the Order's youngest soldier. Paragons Comet-san, Issue 2, Page 9. The battle for Crestfall rages on as the Sentinels and the Order of the Abyss clash. Neither side is willing to yield. Their fists are matched only by their convictions. Around the battlefield, old rivals collide. Azure Sentinel battles Red Star, Gold Sentinel faces Gravehand, Rose Sentinel clashes with Dr. Kinzoku, and Crimson Sentinel struggles to contain Giant. Every fight is fueled by a different belief, yet each one leaves the same destruction behind. While heroes and villains argue over the future of Tamat, Crestfall itself pays the price. Buildings crumble, streets are torn apart, and innocent people are caught in the middle of a conflict they never chose. Watching it all unfold, Comet-san begins to question everything. Not who is winning, but whether anyone truly is. Paragons Comet San, Issue 2, Final Page. Crestful, the Oda Manor. He returned to the only place he thought he could trust, his home, his mother. He was wrong. Exhausted from the mission and shaken by everything he witnessed, Comet-san races back to the Oda Manor, searching not for answers but for comfort. Give me the files. Waiting for him in the rain is Ghost Shade, silent, motionless, as though she had known exactly where and when he would arrive. Mom, what's in these files? Was it really worth all those people dying? For the first time since joining the Order, Comet-san questions not the mission but the people who raised him. Son, give me the files. She ignores every question. Her only concern is completing the mission. I don't want to be part of this. Not anymore. Fear gives way to conviction. Comet-san makes the first decision of his life that belongs to him alone. What the? At night, there was nowhere Ghost couldn't be. He barely takes another step before Ghost Shade appears beside him, moving through the darkness as though it were her own domain. In a single motion, she strikes. Comet-san is slammed into the soaked ground, the stolen archive ripped from his grasp before he can react. Do not let your father discover this act of rebellion. Her voice remains calm. There is no anger, only warning. Whether she is protecting the mission or protecting him, Comet-san cannot tell. For the first time in his life, Comet-san was afraid of his family. As Ghost Shade disappears into the darkness with the files, Comet-san is left alone, broken, betrayed, and forced to confront a truth he had never imagined. The mission was a success, the files were secured, the Order celebrated another victory, but something far more dangerous had begun. For the first time, Comet-san no longer knew where he belonged. And with that, we have reached the end of issue 2 of Paragons Comet-san. San's first mission became the night that changed everything. For the first time, he questioned the people who raised him, and for the first time, he feared the family he once trusted without hesitation. If the truth is finally beginning to surface, one question remains. What will Comet-san choose when he's forced to decide between his family and what is right? We'll find out in the next issue. Bye!